Hello, my lovelies. It's Ariel Klay, the Soul Gardener, and here with part 2 of Reflections of an AIDS Widow. For you who don't remember, that's Tim. Long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. And today, I'm going to talk about our early dating days. A lot of nostalgia there. It was 1987, and I was young. 17, and I was so in love. You know how 17-year-olds can be. And this was the first time I really fell in love with somebody. I did a little bit of dating before that. And I had a guy that I was kind of going steady with, but there weren't, huge declarations of love, and we hung out, but he was a junior that year, and I was a freshman. So, and as I said, both of us were totally inexperienced, I'm sure, near as I could tell with him. Now, Tim, whole other story. For one thing, Tim was 24. And, going by the title of, this whole series, he had quite a bit of experience ahead of me. And I was hardly his first romantic relationship. But he was mine. And, those are just amazing days, and I think about it. We just hung out for hours. I don't want to think about what my grades were like. They didn't do well. I was completely consumed. I was gaga. But it was just so much fun. We'd go out for pizza, we'd go out for Chinese, but what we did more than anything? I mean, other than the obvious, boyfriend-girlfriend stuff, we talked, and we talked, and we talked for hours and hours and hours and hours, because, like me, Tim was a huge science fiction fan, specifically Star Trek. And I was, obviously, he had been a Star Trek fan longer than I had been, but we were both dyed in the wool. So we could just talk about that on and on and on and on. And just, we loved that. Because there are not a lot of people that are big sci-fi fans. But I found in my experience that people who are really serious as science fiction fans, they're really serious science fiction fans. And so we can kind of strike the rest of the world as just a little bit weird. I mean, the fact that, most people are not necessarily impressed you can do the Vulcan salute with both hands. But Tim was, and it was so great being able to talk about that. And Tim was an amazing storyteller. He had lived such a really rich life, and he was really great at talking about the stuff that had happened to him. one of the early memories, stories he told me, he had an aunt who lived in New York City. And she was raised a Christian with her sister, Tim's mother. But she married an observant Jew. And he kept kosher, as in, like, he wouldn't eat meat and dairy in the same meal. In fact, you wouldn't even use the same dishes. And so she found a way to get Tim a ham and cheese sandwich, in a way, because when she was first married to her husband, then it basically throwing away a lot of dishes, because she, for a while, trying to figure that out. But for Tim, she bought one slice of ham. I don't know if his Uncle Bob would have been happy about that being brought in the house. But one slice of cheese, 2 paper plates, put the bread on, one slice of bread on each plate, and put them together, make one sandwich, throw everything away. And I don't know if his Uncle Bob was ever the wiser. That was a great story. And it was so much fun. And he told me stories about being in the military. Oh, when he first went into the military, he was in the Army. And probably one of my favorite stories, and told me as much about Tim's character as anything else, is that he was training in Texas. And it was during the hot months. Didn't even have to be summertime, but it was hot. And Tim liked to drink orange juice in the morning. So he had this barrack mate that every morning he'd go for a run outside, then he'd come inside, crank up the air conditioner, which according to Tim, you're really not supposed to do, because if it's really, really hot and you make the inside really, really cold, it's just not healthy. But what was really annoying was this guy would come up to Tim's bunk and steal his orange juice in front of him. Now, just bear in mind, Tim was not a big man. He was almost always the smallest kid, at least the smallest boy in his class. He was muscular, but he was scrawny. And he learned early on to think his way out of a conflict rather than go through direct confrontation. So Tim went to his barrack commander and said, okay, I can go to the thermostat and I can rig it up so that the setting will be fixed, so that no matter what you do to the outside, the actual setting will remain the same. The manager said, okay, go for it, because otherwise he'd be messing with government property. As for the orange juice, that morning he decided to change up his morning routine just a little bit. He was going to fix himself a screwdriver the way he liked it. For those of you who don't know what a screwdriver is usually like, excuse me, 1 part vodka to 3 to 4 parts orange juice. But he liked his 50-50. So he took his carton of orange juice and, drank half of it and filled the rest of the vodka and set it right there. That gentleman was sure to find it. So, sure thing. The guy came in from his run, cranked up the air conditioner, came up to Tim's bunk and grabbed the orange juice and probably thinking it was orange juice, try to guzzle it down. I can't imagine the on that face. And in Tim's words, he never touched my orange juice again. With a gleam, it was like, gotcha. And that was just, I had never had so much fun. Oh, yes, I was in love with him. But you know what? I had never had a friend like that. See, up until, very recently, I was undiagnosed. But I was just recently diagnosed with autism. And I know, I seem pretty high functioning. And it's true. But I was different enough that school was torture. I didn't get along with people my own age. Adults, no, not a problem. But you know how it is in high school and in grade school. If you're different, you're a target. I was bullied badly. And that was also the part of me feeling so insecure. But here comes one of the smartest, funniest people I had ever met. And he liked me. He didn't think I was weird. Not at all. He thought I was wonderful. So just here I am. And I was just so happy. And I imagine the same thing was true for Tim, because I also found out that several members of his family were recently diagnosed with autism as well. So we really needed each other. And that was such a gift. As I was trying to explain earlier, a sunshine soul gardener hero is the person who shines on another person's soul, makes them feel stronger and better about themselves because they recognize something in them that they may not be able to see in themselves. So I know that Tim was a gift to me, but I see now he needed somebody who also accepted him, who, loved that he was different and fun. And in time, as the relationship would progress, I would find out there were a lot of other things that were really different. But it wouldn't matter, because we were already in love. And I have found it's been over 26 years since Tim died. But the sense of self, that hasn't gone away. And that's a gift. And that's something we can learn when it comes to how we deal with others. You may look at someone and they may even seem like they're got their act together, but they may be insecure in ways you can't see. But especially as you learn to recognize your own value, you can bring life into theirs and bring a sense of purpose that you may not realize they lack. So keep taking care of yourselves and keep growing and keep blooming. And I will tell you more about Tim. Now, if you like this video, oh, please hit the like and share, subscribe, especially if you know someone who could use the cheering up. I'll see you later.